The fight predictions between Juan Manuel Marquez and Mike Alvarado will be held at Saturday night in Inglewood, California. Mexican boxing legend Juan Manuel Marquez returns to the ring for the first time since losing by split decision to Timothy Bradley last October. At 40, he will resume his quest to be the first five-division world champion ever from Mexico. His opponent will be tough veteran and former junior welterweight world champion Mike Alvarado. He is also returning to action after a loss last October, but his defeat was far more brutal, as he went down to Ruslan Provodnikov by brutal round 10 TKO. Marquez will be a first-ballot Hall of Famer. It's an event every time he enters the ring. Alvarado is a tough, action fighter who stands to get a major bump to his career if he can bring the legend down. 40-year-old Juan Manuel Marquez, 5'5", 7'1", 40 KOs, will have his career on the line next Saturday night when he faces former WBO 140-pound champion Mike Alvarado, 34-2, 23 KOs, in a fight at the Forum in Inglewood, California. Marquez wants another shot at the WBO welterweight title, so if he beats Alvarado, he'll very likely be fighting WBO welterweight champion Manny Pacquiao later on this year in what would be a fifth fight between them. At this point of Pacquiao's career, Marquez is the only guy that brings in a lot of pay-per-view buys, and that's why their promoter Bob Arum keeps repeatedly matching them against each other. Alvarado may prove to be a tough obstacle for Marquez to get past, because he's bigger, stronger and younger than Marquez. Alvarado may have looked bad in his loss to Ruslan Provodnikov last October in losing by a 10th-round TKO, but that was against a much more aggressive fighter and at a different weight. Alvarado is a huge light welterweight, and he probably should have moved up in weight to the welterweight division 3 years ago, because he's far too big to be melting down to fight at 140, but by moving up in weight to 147, Alvarado should be a lot stronger than he's been in many years, and that's going to be a real problem for Marquez in this fight. He's not had to face someone as big or as strong as Alvarado during his career, and this fight is coming at a really bad time for him with him having lost his last fight to Tim Bradley last October. Marquez looked like he'd aged badly from his fight with Pacquiao just 2 years ago, and he probably should have retired after the loss. Bradley made him look like an old man, and I suspect that Alvarado will make him look even worse on Saturday. Marquez turned down a fight against Provodnikov for his WBO light welterweight title, presumably to take the lesser threat of facing Alvarado. But I believe Marquez is going to find out that Alvarado is every bit as tough as Provodnikov would have been, and I think he's going to lose to him badly. The only way I believe that Marquez will win this fight is if he wins a controversial decision with the judges giving him a win despite him getting dominated.